Why are we as Americans so American? We're loud, we're boastful, sometimes we're clumsy, we're stubborn a lot of the times, and we're sometimes risky in a lot of ways. But somehow, us as Americans here in the United States, we have become the top country in the free world. And maybe it's because our nation was just built on rebellion. Back in 1775, we fought against the British Empire, just a group of rebels just standing up to our rulers to win our freedom. In 1920, we rebelled again by saying no to prohibition, turning the whole country into outlaws. And by 1969, we even rebelled against gravity, leaving Earth's surface, planting our flag on alien land, just to make history and just to say that we could do it. And in 1991, we did something very American. We unleashed a car that just didn't give a crap about the rules. With smoke, noise, speed, and reckless attitude, the Dodge Viper refused to be boring. Fast, loud, and dangerously wild, the Viper was unlike anything in the world at the time. It was like what makes a diver want to go swimming with sharks, or a rebellious teen with a gas pedal that's craving danger. A guitar turned up to 11, tearing through the noise and breaking windows. It was America, basically America just wrapped up in a car, brilliant and untamed. No safety rules, no limits. And if you dared, you could grab onto something wild, because it was all about freedom. Freedom to be irresponsible, to hold on to the wheel of something dangerous, risking everything just for the thrill. It was a car built by a team of passionate, yet slightly crazy people, hillbillies, mechanics, and moonshiners working without rules to bring back America's legendary spirit. They became heroes in their own right, turning themselves into redneck rock stars, if you will. This is a story of rebels, of criminals in business suits who came together to save America. And at the center of it all was the Dodge Viper. Man, I'm so excited about this episode.
The Dodge Viper, created like no other car in the world.
Well, welcome back, everyone, to another episode of Gears, Grease, and Horsepower. I am Ty Elledge, and I'm joined today by my co-host, David Fernandez. David, you talked there a little bit about the Viper. What else, in your opinion, makes the Viper the Viper?
I mean, anytime you see one go down the road, it just makes a presence. I mean, it's unmistakably, you see one, you're like, that's a Dodge Viper. So you got
Right.
presence, and then I've always heard this is a driver's car. No assist, pure insanity. It's not for the faint of heart. It's for people who know what they're doing. And if they don't know what they're doing, I'm sure they'll find out quickly.
Find out how much they don't know.
It can be dangerous, fun. It's how you described it. This is America. It's all wrapped up in one bundle of a car. It's cool.
Yeah, just buckling yourself onto a rocket, pretty much. So before we talk about the Viper, we need to go back in time a little bit. So let's rewind for a minute. We'll go back to our episode from last week. In 1962, the Texas native Carroll Shelby ignited a revolution with his daring creation, the Shelby Cobra. Carroll Shelby was a fierce man of ambition, and he raced through the 1950s, driven by a dream to craft a machine that would embody speed and power. Frustrated by the lackluster American sports cars like the Corvette at the time, which was powered by a V6, he envisioned something ferocious, a true American rival to Ferrari and Aston Martin. With relentless grit, Shelby teamed up with Ford's Lee Iacocca, demanding $25,000 and powerful engines to fuel his bold plan. The result was the CSX 2000, or as we know better today as the Shelby Cobra, which was an open-top, two-seater beast. Built to be dangerously fast and fiercely raw, it was not for the faint of heart. Its lightweight construction and monstrous engine delivered an adrenaline rush like no other, embodying the daring spirit of America's racing culture. Released in 1962, the AC Cobra, it immediately captured attention with its wild attitude and unmatched performance. The Cobra wasn't just a car. It was a symbol of American daring, dangerous, exciting, and unstoppable, forever cemented as one of the greatest cars ever built. Even if you don't know cars, you know the Shelby Cobra. You've heard of it.
Oh, yeah.
So in the
Yeah. I'm kind of glad they didn't name it the CSX 2000, though. Shelby Cobra sounds so much better.
I agree. CSX 2000 just kind of gets like lost in the world of letters and numbers, And the Turbulent, it does kind of, and now that you say it, like the Honda NSX
Or the S2000.
right? Yeah, it's like when someone says 1000, you're like scratching your head trying to go, okay, what car is that? Like you said, when you say Shelby Cobra, everybody immediately knows what a Shelby Cobra is. In the turbulent 1970s, American cars faced roller coaster fortunes. There were some successes, but there was a lot of failures. Amid this chaos, a man named Bob Lutz emerged as a passionate force for performance. Bob was a former Marine pilot turned BMW vice president of sales, and Lutz despised sluggish, slow rides. He craved cars that delivered excitement and fun. His influence at BMW led to the legendary 3 Series, the BMW 3 Series. Seeking to ignite America's automotive spirit, Lutz joined forces with Lee Iacocca at Chrysler, a brand that was struggling with dull and uninspired vehicles. A devout car enthusiast, Lutz actually owned a Shelby Cobra 427 replica. Driven by his passion, he showcased his prized creation to a very talented and speed-focused engineer named Tom Gale. Lutz's disappointment with Chrysler offerings fueled his relentless ambition to craft fast and exhilarating cars that would restore the American thrill. His vision was clear. He wanted to reignite the nation's passion for performance vehicles and elevate Chrysler to future greatness. In a time of uncertainty, Lutz's drive and daring spirit promised a bold new chapter for American automotive history. So Tom Gale and this Bob Lutz, they get together at Chrysler and they're like, we want to build a new exciting car. So in the early stages, Gale crafted a stunning clay model of a sleek, low-slung car with a long nose that was inspired by the Jaguar E-Type, and it was designed as a true successor to the Shelby Cobra. It was going to be topless and aggressive. I remember seeing pictures of it like when I was a kid in magazines, them building clay models. Now they do everything on computer, but it's just really cool, the artistry that goes into that.
Yeah. That's neat how they're showing them how they're carving it out and stuff. That's accurate to what we've got. So,
yeah, and it's like a full-size car model in that picture.
That'd be a fun job, wouldn't it? Your arms would get really tired, though. I could see that being kind of tiring, too.
Yeah, it'd probably get frustrating at times, I'm sure. Yeah. So Lutz's excitement for this new car was contagious, and he quickly formed Team Viper to bring this vision to life. But this vision came with some strict rules. The project's budget couldn't exceed $50 million. Now, I know when I read that number, I'm thinking $50 million, that's huge. But when it comes to designing a brand new car from scratch, that's actually a very small budget.
Right.
And their goal was to unveil the car at the 1992 Detroit Auto Show, which was just 3 years away. And mind you, like I said, they're starting from scratch, from nothing. They also the Team Viper had to remain honest, ethical, and trouble-free. So facing these daunting development costs, the team first tried modifying a Corvette, only to find that the Corvette was too narrow, and they abandoned the idea. They borrowed parts from various divisions, like the truck division's Dodge Dakota, and they powered the new vehicle with a powerful 1960s era Hemi V8. So the prototype they rolled out in Detroit, the Detroit Auto Show, actually had like a 1960s Hemi in it. Persuading leadership was tough, especially convincing Lee Iacocca, who was now Chrysler CEO, to back the project. Lutz had a great idea, though. He's like, let's bring in Carroll Shelby, the legendary American car innovator, and let's hope that that can sway Iacocca's decision to back this project. Shelby's influence sealed the deal, paving the way for Chrysler to create a true American muscle car. Iacocca agreed, giving the green light, and with it, the fate of America's future sports car was set.
Well, we know where they did a good job bringing in Shelby
Yeah, for sure. That was a great idea.
as a legend. So, like we talked about the last episode. So, at the 1989 auto show, Lee Iacocca's team stunned the crowd as they personally revealed the Viper prototype. Surprise and excitement rippled through the audience. The car's name, Viper, evoked power and agility. The prototype was humbled metal mock-up cobbled together with truck parts and an old V8 engine, yet it radiated raw potential. Kind of reminds me of the PT Cruiser when they brought that out. It's like so many different cars put into one.
Right?
Remember those or not, but
Yeah, it looks like a mashup of cars.
yeah. So at the time, the most autos were pretty dull and boxy and slow, if you can remember at that time. But the Viper looks stunning, even better than the Corvette. It was promoted as the fastest car America had ever built, igniting dreams of speed and racing heritage. The crowd's reaction, electric excitement, surged through spectators, remembering America's racing prowess. The moment marked a bold declaration. Here was a car built to dominate, a true symbol of American performance. It was a thunderous wake-up call for all the automotive companies. The Viper is here.
Warning shot. Here we go.
Yep, Bob Lutz set his sights on a bold idea. Equip the venomous beast with a 10-cylinder engine, which I'd like to add sounds amazing. I love the sound of a Vice. But not just any engine. Chrysler was developing a powerful cast iron V10 for Dodge Ram trucks. Lutz saw an opportunity to merge the economy with power, cut cost without sacrificing thrill. Engineers took on the challenge, reimagining the monstrous cast iron V10, their breakthrough, an all-aluminum version. Lighter and more agile, cutting weight by 80 pounds, perfectly suited for a sports car. That's quite a bit of weight to cut off.
Yeah, it is, especially for in the car world.
On a car that doesn't weigh much. This innovation powered the second Viper prototype, the VMO2, a beast in the making. The prototype featured a rugged safety cage and was painted in commanding color, hinting at that there was fury underneath there. When the Viper RT10 was unveiled in the 1989 Detroit Auto Show by Iacocca, Lutz, and Carroll Shelby, the crowd exploded by many. Double Chrysler's resolve to produce such a radical machine. Even Iacocca himself hesitated, fearing that the $70 million cost.
Yeah, I'd be hesitant too.
That's a lot by today's standards. I mean, $70 is a lot of money.
Yeah.
Yet in spring of 1990, the turning tide, Iacocca personally test drove the prototype. Emerging from behind the wheel, he yelled the design's teams, "What are you waiting for? Get this built." That's awesome. The American muscle car.
Guys, get this built.
Yeah. I mean, $70 million. I'm sure he wants some results.
Yeah.
The American muscle car revolution had officially begun.
Could you imagine being the design team when he gets out? He says that, and they're like, "That's what we've been trying to tell you. We're trying to get you on board, dude."
I mean, that'd have been awesome to see. So at the legendary Indianapolis 500, Carroll Shelby revealed a car destined to electrify the world, the Viper RT10, a beast ready to roar off the showroom floor. In January 1992, the fearsome roadster hit the streets, priced at $52,000. Equivalent to that today would be $120,000. So that's quite a bit.
That's quite a bit, but that's still, I don't think, real bad for that much of a car.
No.
I don't know. What's the new Corvette C8s going for now? Are they going for 100 grand? Or is that like base model?
Yeah, that'd probably be a base model. I think I heard the ZR1's around 250. So,
Oh, are they? Okay. All right. All right. I stand corrected then.
I mean, I might be wrong, but I'm pretty sure
Right.
that they're going for quite a bit.
Yeah.
But I mean, for that car at the time, I mean, I would say that'd probably be the equivalent of a C8, what it is today. So
Right.
that's pretty fair to say.
Yeah.
With the raw, aggressive design, many early owners experienced the thrill, fast and furious crash roughly 30% of their Vipers on the ride home from the dealership. That's how scary they are. That's why it's drivers
30% crash their Vipers on the way home from the dealership. Holy, before you even get put on the insurance.
Yeah. Man, we just got a new car. Let's floor it and just crash it. That's a little too excited.
All these people that thought they were race car drivers quickly found out that they were not.
Yeah. It was just a testament to the ferocious personality. Beneath its aggressive exterior lay a 400 horsepower V10 engine, capable of speeds from 0 to 60 in just 4.2 seconds, and charging through the quarter mile in 12.6 seconds, topping at 165 miles an hour. Built on a lightweight tube frame chassis with a fiberglass body, the Viper was a true animal, which a lot of people found out.
Yeah, in the worst way possible.
Right. Its only transmission was a 6-speed Borg Warner T56 manual, demanding skill from its driver. Safety features were non-existent. And that means no ABS, no airbags. You're just showing off its raw, unfiltered nature. Inside, simplicity ruled. Vinyl curtains replaced side windows. The driver manually installed a fabric roof, and then there was no air conditioning. Just bare, unadulterated power. Can you imagine how much heat that would put out? No air conditioning.
No air conditioning. And probably in most cases, it's probably a black fabric top. So my goodness.
The design exuded fierce attitude and charisma, emphasizing performance over comfort. Between 1994 and 1995, models gained modest upgrades like air conditioning. They're probably pretty happy about that. And a removable hard roof. Over 4 years, Dodge built 6,709 first-gen Vipers, far surpassing the predicted 400 annual sales.
Wow. They only expected to sell 400 and they ended up selling 6,700 of them. That's crazy.
So, the picture you got up here, my buddy's got one that looks exactly like that one.
Of the first gen?
Got the blue and with the white stripe GTS.
For the second gen, yeah.
The second gen that you've got on here.
Yeah.
It's beautiful.
I love it. The second gen is like my favorite because that's when I was probably about 9, 10 years old. That's when I really started noticing the Viper. Yeah. And they were definitely my favorite.
I don't know about you, but I'm more of a hard top kind of guy. So when that came out, that caught my eyes. I'm not really big on the convertibles.
Right.
It's just hang out.
I agree. Yeah. Yeah. If I roll a thing, I want to definitely know that there's going to be some support that it's not going to crush me underneath it.
Right. And then if you look at the top of the GTS, it's kind of cool how it slopes down and comes back up. It's got that nice curve. It just adds to the aggressive.
1996, the Viper legend evolved with the introduction of the daring second gen Senior 2. This sleek upgrade featured a new exhaust system that boosted horsepower by 15 horsepower and increased torque to an impressive 488 pound-foot of torque. The exhaust was repositioned from the side skirts to the rear bumper, giving the car a more aggressive stance, while a removable plastic roof replaced the fabric one and glass side windows replaced the previous curtains. Engineers also updated the suspension with lightweight aluminum components, shedding an additional 60 pounds and enhancing agility. Later that year, the iconic Viper GTS debuted as a striking coupe with a distinctive double bubble roof, the one like you were just talking about. These two notches were actually designed for helmet clearance if the driver and passenger had on the track and they were wearing helmets, which is pretty cool because I'm sure that roof is super low. And like you said, it just adds to the mystique of it because you see these two bumps and you're like, what the heck is that for? Well, it's so you could take it racing.
I had no idea that that's what they were for. I just thought it was add to the aggressive aesthetic of the car, but that's
Right.
pretty freaking cool.
I guess they call it the double bubble roof. Powered by an 8-liter V10 producing 450 horsepower, the GTS marked a shift toward more comfort and convenience. It introduced features like air conditioning, power windows, airbags, and central locking, features that broadened its appeal beyond the hardcore enthusiast. Marketers aimed to attract new buyers by offering more features and a less minimalist look, though loyal fans cherished the raw, unfiltered performance of the original models. And a nod to its racing pedigree, Bob Lutz drove the GTS as the pace car in the 1996 Indianapolis 500, symbolizing the Viper's bold presence in motorsports. Over the next years, the Viper continued to evolve, adding standard ABS brakes by 2001. Despite these refinements, it remained fiercely challenging to drive, requiring skill, passion, and a willingness to embrace its wild, animalistic personality. Between 1996 and 2002, more than 10,400 units were sold, making the second gen the most successful Viper in history. Now, that's a lot of cars sold, especially for,
A lot.
I mean, because, of course, the Viper doesn't fit like a huge percentage of the population. So that's quite a few. In 2003, the iconic Viper underwent a bold transformation, transforming from the RT10 into the sleek SRT10, marking the debut of the street and racing technology division, inspired by the Viper's ferocity. So I guess the SRT brand, like you see in the Chargers and Challengers and the Dodge Viper trucks and all that, came about because of the Viper. The new design featured sharper, more aggressive lines with a modern aesthetic that exuded toughness and confidence. The exhaust was repositioned back to the side skirt near the rear tires, adding to its fierce stance. Definitely didn't want to wear shorts when you had the exhaust on the side because you were, wonder how many people actually burned their leg getting in and out of the car. You had a permanent circle brand on your calf right there.
Viper.
Inside, the Viper received significant upgrades. The frame was reinforced and lightened, while power was boosted to a formidable 8.3 liters and 500 horsepower. Despite these improvements, the car grew heavier, about 3,373 pounds for the Roadster and 3,439 pounds for the coupe. An innovative lightweight aluminum frame was initially planned, similar to the Corvette Z06, but funding shortfalls halted that development. This idea, however, later influenced the lightweight frame design of the Mercedes-Benz SLS AMG. In 2004, Dodge commemorated the Viper's legacy with a limited edition Mamba series, producing only 200 units featuring a black leather interior with bright red stitching. Between 2003 and 2006, a total of 8,190 Vipers were crafted, cementing its status as an American muscle icon. In this picture of the black and red, like the Mamba, man. Oh my gosh, that's so sweet.
Yeah, it looks. That's always a good color combination.
Absolutely. So let's talk about another high power Viper and a guy that a lot of our listeners may know of, John Hennessy, a legendary American car tuner, began transforming Vipers all the way back in 1993. His early work produced a naturally aspirated Viper with 500 horsepower. This is the early 90s, 500 horsepower. That's crazy.
Yeah.
But he soon pushed Yeah, but he soon pushed the limits further. Hennessy built turbocharged Vipers exceeding 1,000 horsepower, smashing racing records. One of his most famous feats was a showdown against the Bugatti Veyron, organized by Road and Track magazine. Hennessy's Venom 1000, with its 1,000 horsepower engine, accelerated from 0 to 200 miles per hour, nearly 4 seconds faster than the Veyron. The Viper came in with a 20.3 second 0 to 200 mile per hour time, while the Veyron had a 24.2.
That's crazy.
We're talking from like a dead start to top speed NASCAR in less than 30 seconds for both of them.
That's Hennessy for you, though. I mean, they go they go above and beyond when it comes to building cars. They have built some amazing machines.
Absolutely. Yeah, it's just like they just turned everything up to 11.
Yeah, yeah, I liked it when they took the Lotus and
I
built
haven't seen
that.
that
Did you
one.
ever see that one?
Oh,
They took a Lotus Elise, and I think they dropped an LS engine in there, and I think that's right. It's nuts. You'll have to look it up. It's crazy. And then my favorite is the new Hennessy Venom F5. That thing with it, you have to look that one up. Also, it's insane. It's like 2,000 something horsepower.
Jesus. 2000
But
something. Wow.
Dodge working with him those were good, smart move on him.
Absolutely. Yeah. Anything John Hennessy touches, it like turns to gold for sure. While stock Vipers were already a challenge to tame, the Hennessy's creations were for only the fearless drivers willing to push their limits. I'd say so. His relentless pursuit of speed transformed the Viper into an unstoppable racing machine. So, yeah.
Yeah, that's about right. So in 2008, they debuted the fourth Gem Viper, marked a bold leap forward. Its exterior featured sharper edges and regular shapes, with the distinctive gills vents on the hood and a large central air intake to cool the more powerful engine. Under the hood, the engine grew to 8.5 or 8.4 liters. Sorry about that. 8.4 liters, delivering a staggering 600 horsepower, thanks to the advanced technology like variable valve timing, modernizing cylinder heads, and smarter electronics. Handling was revolutionized with new Tremec speed transmission replacing the older Borg Warner unit, a limited slip rear axle, and a redesigned suspension system. Wider Michelin tires, boosted grip, transforming its performance. That's pretty good improvement.
Absolutely.
The result, yeah, the results spoke for themselves. 0 to 60 in 3.6 seconds. That's quick.
Holy crap.
A quarter mile in 11.5 seconds. An exhilarating top speed of 201 miles an hour. The Viper obliterated competition like the the Nissan GTR, my dream car still, the Audi R8, another dream car of mine, and then the Porsche 911 GT3 at the Virginia International Raceway, establishing itself as a serious track contender. The Viper ACR, which is probably my favorite Viper of all time, is the ACR.
Yeah, those are sweet.
It posted a Nürburgring record of 7 minutes and 22 seconds. Now, I mean, that's like, do you know who holds the record right now?
I don't. Who is the current record holder?
The AMG one, and he's
Yeah.
at 6 minutes and 29 seconds. So,
Woo.
and they're doing 7 minutes in, what year was this?
This was 2008.
2008. Now we're at 2025, and
So we're talking like almost 15 years
that's
ago.
pretty. That's pretty. That's pretty quick for its time. That's pretty impressive. So it posted the 7 minute and 22 seconds, while the ACRX pushed further with the 7 minute 3 second lap, surpassing even the Porsche's 918 Spider time. That's crazy. That's a hypercar.
Yeah.
So that's pretty cool. Market wise, Chrysler sold 2,700 Gen Vipers amid financial turmoil. leading to bankruptcy in 2009, acquisition by Fiat. Production halted in 2010, leaving the future uncertain. However, development resumed with its plans for the 5th gen. Announced by CEO Sergio Marchionne? Yeah, that's right. Marchionne. Marchionne. That's right. Okay, sorry.
No, you're good.
It unveiled as the Viper GTS-R, which I don't think I've ever seen a GT 2012. It later branded the SRT Viper. The new VX model boasted a 50% stronger frame up to 645 horsepower and advanced electronics, promising a powerful new chapter for the iconic Snake.
Just going back, I had a thought in my head. We was talking about 8.4 liters in the 2008 4th gen Viper. I've seen like a 6 liter piston. The 8.4 liter would look like a freaking coffee can. It'd be like the size of a coffee can, and you're talking 10 of them. And a V10 8.4 liter, that's crazy. And its final years it's crazy.
Yeah.
In its final years, the legendary car pushed limits with the top speed of 206 miles per hour and the lightning fast 0 to 60 in 3.5 seconds. Packed with cutting-edge features like color display, electric seats, bi-xenon headlights, LED taillights, Harman Kardon sound, and navigation, it was the symbol of innovation. However, slow sales led to a production pause in 2014 with dealer discounts trying to spark interest. By 2017, the announcement was irreversible. That year would be the last. The plant shut its doors on August 31st, ending an era. Only 2,427 units of the final version ever rolled out. Ultimately, financial struggles, a sad day for sure. Ultimately, financial struggles and safety regulations, specifically the lack of side airbags, sealed its fate. Despite its short-lived farewell, this car remains a symbol of speed and style, forever etched in enthusiast memories as a groundbreaking yet fleeting masterpiece. And there you have it, the legendary Viper, a true product of its time, born from the passion of enthusiasts with fire in their eyes. Though its life was fleeting, it left an indelible mark, an embodiment of raw, untamed American spirit. Originally a stripped-down race machine, it was a beast barely tamed, driven by reckless abandon and a desire to conquer the open road. Over the years, it evolved, becoming safer, more refined, yet still passionately American. This machine wasn't made for Europe's cobblestone streets or Japan's tight streets. No, it roared down the southwestern blacktops, tearing through highways with relentless energy, embodying rebellion, the spirit of freedom, spitting venom, outrunning authority with guitars wailing in the background. You can see that video in my head. Like a tiger or a wolf, it could kill you, and that's why it made the perfect pet. It's the soul of a fighter pilot, the drive of a racing legend, distilled into the fiery essence of yesterday's moonshine runner era. The Viper isn't just a car, it's a symbol. It's American, like liberty, rock and roll, and unbreakable freedom. And that, my friends, is the legend of the Dodge Viper.
Amazing car.
It only lasted for like 20 years, but man, it brought about so many innovations, and it really, I believe it really like opened up the horsepower game for automotive in general. I mean, because in the 2010s, that's when you really started seeing Dodge play around with like high horsepower cars like the Charger and the Challenger. You know, you got the SRTs, and then you got the Hellcats, and then you got the Demons, and all that. Ford started putting more than like 400 horsepower in the Mustangs. You got the ZL1 Camaros that were pushing like 700 horsepower. It just opened that door for high horsepower cars. So
Right. I've seen things on Facebook where I don't know how true it is, but I saw that they were considering bringing the Viper back, and that would be really cool to see. But
can
I don't
see
know
it.
how true that is. I can't believe everything you see on Facebook, but it'd be neat to
Right.
see.
Well, I mean, why not? They've gotten rid of the Challenger. Dodge has. You know, it's gone. Although I heard that they went electric, all electric, and now I guess they're considering bringing back the Challenger. But I mean, you got the Corvette Z8. You know, that's high horsepower, like supercar now. It's more of a supercar than a muscle car.
Yeah.
Then you got
Dodge,
Ford with the
Dodge is actually going to go back to putting their V8s in there from
they should.
I don't know if you've seen the new Charger or not, the two-door electric one, but it's weird. I actually saw one in traffic when I was in Gatlinburg, and they were right next to it. So I was like, that sounds like it's got a V8. My wife was like, no, it just makes sounds like that to sound like it's got a V8. I said, what the heck? I said, it sounds like a beefy V8. That's false advertisement. I don't like it. They're weird looking.
Yeah.
She said, no, that's all electric. I was like, I don't know. I just couldn't do it. If I want something to sound like a V8, I'd have to have something with a V8 in it.
Oh man, it just breaks your heart. I mean, because you're like, yes, yes, and then you find out it's electric, and you're like, dadgummit.
Disrespect.
So disrespectful. Thanks for tuning in to another episode of Gears, Grease, and Horsepower. If you enjoyed today's episode, hit that like button, smash that subscribe button, and share it with your friends. Your support helps us grow and reach more listeners just like you. And of course, stay tuned in for more exciting content because we've always got more content headed your way. Feel free to drop us a comment, drop us a message. Let us know what you like. Let us know what you dislike about the episode. We'll work on it. We'd love to hear your thoughts. Until next time, we'll catch you in the next episode.